Hey team, Katie here from Equestrian Movement, and today we're going to do just a little training to help you if you're having some problems with steering. So one of the things that we want to look at when we are transferring our groundwork skills into the saddle is we're wanting to develop language, cueing and communication into the saddle. And so most of us know that we're trying to steer with our legs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that is going too well. So when we first are starting working with our horses, we're looking at the acceptance of contact and that they understand that the rein is a word and the word is follow. And so then what we're trying to do is we're trying to cue the horse's understanding of the rein as follow into the leg at the same time as the leg is a word and the word is away from. So what we want to think about is when we're doing cueing in language with our horses, it's similar to when we're doing cueing in language with our dogs. So if you're asking, these single word cues of your horses, for example, of your dogs, for example, sit is like a single word, a single behavior, and you can mark and reward for that. Or lie down or heel, we've got one word, one behavior, and something that we can mark and motivate for, and like that they're single-handedly the same thing. We're not trying to layer the cues on top of each other yet. So when we're working on teaching our horses to steer, we're building language into our legs. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to really quickly share a super simple exercise with you guys, how you can improve the cueing in the saddle from getting your horse to steer with your legs. So the important thing is that the rein is a word, the word is follow, and the leg is a word and the word is away from. So we're going to keep it really simple, we're going to be steering the shoulders. And so if we're asking the horse to move the shoulders, we're using opposites. So if we're following the right rein, they're moving away from the left leg, and if they're following the left rein, they're moving away from the right leg. Just to increase the complexity a little bit, the importance of timing with your cueing is that you're putting the aid on and asking it of the horse when their balance is appropriate to turn, right? So if we're putting our leg on when their balance isn't appropriate for them to move away from the leg, then it's a little bit confusing. We can't feel them move away from the leg because they don't do it as we apply it, and so then we think our horse isn't listening, or they don't understand, or we're not doing well enough. And then also it can be a way of tuning your horse out to your aid if you're applying it at a time that they can't actually move away from it, so they might interpret it as speeding up, or they might start to tune it out altogether because it doesn't make sense. So you want to try and get the timing of asking the shoulders over for when that inside shoulder can actually pick up and extend across. So super simple exercise with Hunter here. We've got some cones out and we're going to just use a very clear open rein for direction and the opposite leg for away from. Follow the rein away from the leg, follow the rein away from the leg, follow the rein away from the leg. Super easy, can do a couple of reps of it. So you can do that a couple of times, up and back, or you can do it once and then go into your trotting, do your posture stacking, do some pole work, and then come back to it. Whatever makes sense to you, whatever's easy for you. And you can put some cones out and incorporate it into your training. So eventually over time what you're going to do is you're going to slowly use less rein and be communicating it from your leg, making sure also that we've got a little bit of a turn through the body as you're doing it as well. So your hips are looking in the direction. You want to pretend you've got your eyes. We don't have to pretend we've got eyes, so we've got our eyes, and then pretending you've got eyes on the points of your shoulders and eyes on the points of your hips, and they're going to be looking in the direction of travel as you steer as well. So eventually what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to tune those reins out all together, that you're not going to have to use the reins at all, and you're just going to be bumping them off your leg to steer through the cones. And then your stretch challenge is going to be to do it in places that aren't the cones, because the horses will start to associate the behavior to the cone. And so what we're doing with cuing is we're trying to associate it to the language, which is the leg is a word, the word is away from. So hope you do some magical leg steering, and I'd love you to share any of the videos with us if you find this information helpful. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy trails.